Hello, I'm Bill Ferguson. I used to be a divorce attorney, and one of the things that I learned as a divorce attorney was that on the surface was all the anger and the resentment and the upset, all the junk. And then always, what was underneath all the upset was a tremendous amount of hurt. And always what was under the hurt was the love. We wouldn't be upset if we didn't care. So one thing became very obvious very quickly, and that is that love never is love enough to have a relationship work. The divorce courts are full of people that love each other. Have you ever had a relationship with somebody where you knew that the two of you loved each other, but your relationship was a disaster? If I love you, but I treat you lousy, what good is my love for you? It's worthless. So what if I love you? So the thing that matters in relationships is not the love, it's the experience of love. If I interact with you in a way that has you feel loved, our relationship will be great. And if I interact with you in a way that has you feel unloved, our relationship will be a mess. So if I want my relationship with you to be great, it's up to me. I need to make sure you feel loved. So what creates the experience of love? There's something that creates the experience of love, and there's something that kills it. What creates it? What creates the experience of love is giving the gift of acceptance and appreciation. And acceptance is nothing more than letting you be you, which you're going to be anyway. Pick somebody in your life that's very difficult to accept. Okay, well notice, isn't that person exactly the way that person is? Isn't that person exactly the way that person is, whether you like it or not? Well, acceptance literally is nothing more than surrendering to the truth. And surrendering to the truth, letting somebody be the way they are, doesn't mean you got to live with them. You can let them be the way they are and be that way somewhere else. Surrendering to the truth allows you to see the truth, which then allows you to see what you need to do based on what the truth is. So, back to our relationship. If I genuinely accept you for who you are, how does it feel? Well, it feels great. You feel empowered. You feel better about yourself. You feel better about life. Your walls of protection come down. And then automatically, as I genuinely accept and appreciate you for who you are, just the way you are, automatically, how do you then feel towards me? Notice that you respond. You become accepting and appreciative of me. And it's not something you think about. It's just an automatic, natural reaction. I give love. Love comes right back. And then as you give it to me, I feel empowered. And I feel better about myself and my life. And then I feel better about you. And then you feel better about me. And then I feel better about you. And you feel better about me. And then we create that cycle of loving, supporting, and empowering each other that brings out the absolute best in everybody. And that's the way most romantic relationships begin. But they usually don't stay that way. The reason they don't stay that way is because it's just a matter of time until somebody's hurt from the past gets triggered. So you and I have this relationship, sparks are flying, everything's wonderful, but it's just a matter of time until my hurt gets triggered. And then when my hurt gets triggered, I'm not going to notice that I've got a nerve that's being triggered. The only thing that I'm going to notice is what triggered it, which is you. So clearly, you're the problem. So then, automatically, I'm going to become non-accepting, judgmental, critical of you, and that's what destroys love. You need to change. What's your problem? What is the matter with you? As I become non-accepting, judgmental, critical towards you, you get hurt, you get upset, you put up your walls of protection, and notice how automatically you give it right back to me. And then I give it more to you, and you give it more to me, and I give it more to you, and you give it more to me. And instead of creating a cycle of loving and supporting each other, we create a cycle of conflict. We create a cycle of hurting, attacking, and withdrawing from each other. And that's what kills relationships. Well, the thing that we don't notice is that in order to have a cycle of conflict, there must be two active participants. It is physically impossible to have a cycle of conflict with one person. It's like a tennis volley. I give you non-acceptance, you give it to me. I give it to you, you give it to me. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It takes two people to keep the cycle of conflict going. It only takes one person to end it. As soon as somebody refuses to return the serve of non-acceptance, the volley ends. See, relationships are not 50-50. Relationships are 100-100. It's how I am towards you determines how you are going to respond to me. If I'm accepting, appreciative, loving, supportive, you're going to react one way. If I'm judgmental, critical, resentful, controlling, you're going to react in quite another way. However I am towards you determines how you are going to respond to me. That makes me 100% responsible for the presence or absence of love, and you are 0%. I'm the cause, you're the effect. Now, of course, that's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is also true, in that however you are towards me determines how I'm going to respond to you. That makes you 100% responsible for the presence or absence of love, and I'm 0% responsible. To say that another way, everyone's responsible. I'm 100% responsible, and you're 100% responsible. But when I blame you, I give you all my power. I make me the victim. But when I can focus over here, that's where I get my power. See, if you and I have a cycle of conflict, a cycle of conflict cannot exist without both of our full active participation. As long as I'm blaming you, I may be telling the truth, but as long as I'm blaming you, I'm giving you my power and I'm fueling the fire and I'm not doing anything to turn things around. Where I get my power back is when I focus over here. And when I focus over here, when I can see my role in the cycle, when I can see my 100%, I can do something about it. It is possible to have love in every one of your relationships. It is physically impossible to have a relationship not work because of the other person. Now, you may not get the type of relationship you want, but you can always have the love, one human being to another. And I can show you how.